What I mean is, and correct me if I'm wrong, Oldschool basically is the premier apparel brand showcasing actual South African culture to the most number of high net worth individuals done in the most efficient measures. They basically brought a new market that was all back to rugby, got people in Africa who never would watch rugby or UFC to watch rugby and UFC. That's before saying how integral they were in bringing international eyes like you won't believe on local arts and culture as well as sport. This is why I say DDP has gotten too big to fight Khamzat for the middleweight title. Just massive congratulations to Boaz on a convincing finish. I'm very happy. I still think he needs to do more though for a title shot at middleweight, especially against DDP, which I will explain. The UFC is a business. It cares about pay-per-view buys, right? Well, bring Khamzat and McGregor down to the land of freedom of speech, home to the free of culture, and let him have it with him. All before they step into cage. Full uncut press conferences and road trips. Connor's wet dream. Except in his head, he gets to make money Mayweather this time. Khamzat just wants to smash, which is why moving back down to welterweight makes sense. It is important to remember when it comes to Khamzat that he does deserve a title shot, yes, but at welterweight. He's fairly new at middleweight. Yes, he's doing well. He's supposed to. He's an apex predator. Has double champ written all over him. Can go from a 12 to a 6. Change from a 15 to a 10, go from 10 to 9 if you want. But they all can, true masters. Dricus was also able to do this. So were many other champions. We all know McGregor is a hunter. He is hungry. Hunters gotta eat. But if there's anything hunters love more than eating, it's their trophy. McGregor is itching with Nkuntu's. He has no belts and he is getting old. The murmurs of him being washed up have went from rumors to reports. He needs to prove people wrong. For the first time in a long time, he isn't the favorite. He is the underdog. Connor loves it though. You see, I will go more into detail about species that don't just survive in inhospitable conditions, they thrive. I'll do this at a later stage by mentioning or narrating my jail story. Many expected the worst. We find it funny, we all do. I was a bit of a hit in jail, there's the irony. Connor is of that breed. Very few can summon their talent at will. He can. Let's see. DDP versus AP at middleweight makes sense. Firstly, AP was always going to come back down to middleweight. It just needed to be special enough for the bosses. The original plan was for it to be a rematch with Adesanya. This is where it gets tricky, water gets choppy. From the perspective of my shapes, I don't think anyone is interested in seeing that fight again, bar maybe Israel himself, obviously, but just maybe his close friends and family. The truth is, studies show most of his fans have migrated onto honestly Dricus and AP. People are recognizing him as the king of Africa. Why? He does a lot of charity and community work, mostly behind the scenes, which many don't know, but many knows this. He's also the face of many African businesses. He has become the true symbol of African culture. I can confirm, we will prove. So for him, just like it is for Hoy or Nate or even Connor, people will pull up no matter what. These men represent a higher ideal and as a result have transcended themselves. This is not the same story for Adesanya. People don't see him as a symbol of Africa because Dricus and Cameron, as well as the EFC, sponsor, promotes, and recruits, leave out training, boarding, bleeding, sweating, and rolling with actual Nigerian fighters, but any and all African fighters that are good enough. That's why Dricus said what he said. He is the only true African champion. That's why culture stood behind him, and we all backstopped him, because Africa knows the truth about Dricus, Cameron, and the EFC. This is why Adesanya flops and has flopped. You can never pick a fight blindfolded, you're blind. This is real life, not anime, NFT boots. So the man literally stole all your fans and split them with Alex. Literally, people here don't think Alex is evil or crazy or scary. They consider him a warrior blessed by his ancestors. You see, ladies and gentlemen, becoming a shaman or traditional healer here is a calling and a huge blessing to oneself as well as their respective families. Muti can only be practiced by a select few but received by all. If Alex had to go to a Pirates game with his face paints and get up, he would be treated like a god. Just need to change the color of his face paint.